Hi friends, it's been a while. Today I thought I'd do something a little different and putting myself out there just a little more. Not like I haven't already done that enough, but I'm gonna be reading some of my poetry out loud, which I've never done before. Usually when I write poetry, it just all comes out of me. I just write it all down and never look at it again. I have Elliot, who I always send my poems to. I always send whatever I write to him, and he tells me how it is, and I appreciate it a lot. But, now I'm actually gonna read them, and it's gonna be nerve-wracking. Now, I just want to say I'm not going to disclose when I wrote these, what instances, who they're about, just none of that stuff. Some of these I wrote like 2 or 3 years ago. Some of them I wrote recently. I'm not going to tell you which is which. There's triggering content in some of them, such as just depression, self-harm. So if any of that bothers you, please stop watching the video. And for the rest of you, I hope you enjoy my sad-ass poems. Depressing poems seem to be the only kind of poems that I write. And none of them rhyme, also. So don't get too disappointed. Okay, so none of these poems have titles. If I was someone different, he wouldn't have to spend hours reassuring me, saying things I don't even believe. But I say I do. It'll make him feel better if I do. How dare I deprive him of a peace of mind? Did you know you deserve better than me? I tell you, you don't listen. One day you'll realize. They all do. I don't blame them. I'm a rock. I'm heavy. I'll never go anywhere but down. Deeper underwater. I have yet to drown. Why am I wasting his time while I do? I picture him with somebody better. I crave him, but my feelings don't matter, because I spend so much time being sad. He deserves to be happy. Everything I touch is infected with my sickly, crippling soil in which I continuously bury myself. If I was somebody different, might he feel happier without the cloud of sadness that I bring? I wish I could love him like he deserves. He deserves the world. A single blade of grass would be fitting for me. I'd take, and I'd suck all the good from him, for myself, and I'd waste it. Because I'm unfixable. Heaving and twisting my gears is not worth it for a machine that won't function like you want it to. We're moving on to the next one, pals. Do you know how hard it was to rid myself of you? Even now I still can't scrub myself clean of you. If I look at myself I see you. Your hands wrapped around me like a trap. A trap I can see coming. I know it's there. A trap I keep fucking reliving. If I look at myself, I see you looking at me, and all you saw that made you decide I wasn't worthwhile. And maybe I'll see all of it on myself, like you, who couldn't release me until I was bent and broken with your handprints and neglect, and you were satisfied that I could never be loved, because nobody can see me without your influence. I know I can't. I can love, sure I can, but will I ever stop expecting him to leave? To hurt me? If I look long enough, his face becomes yours. Simple things he does, I can't tell him he makes me think of you. It's unfair. It's my fault. Too many things remind me of you. Even when I have healthy relationships, you remind me that I still don't deserve love. I didn't deserve yours. I don't deserve anybody's. Affection is lost on me, and for good reason, because all I see is what I do wrong. What I can't do right. If I cry long enough, the tears blur my sense of judgment. Wouldn't I just let you do anything to me so you'd love me? I'd let him use me too if he wanted to. I'm ruined and it's your fault. Nobody's allowed to do me good because I don't deserve it. Maybe I didn't before. You just made me realize it. He says things to me, sweet things. I think of what you said. And I wonder if there's lies in his words too. If he said I was worthless, I'd believe it more. That shit hits home. Because I wrote it, obviously, but... Okay, here's the next one. All I have to do is look at something, a post, a picture, and I'll think to send it to you, but you're not here, and everything makes me think of you. I'll respond to words people say to me with words that arrange themselves, and I recognize them to be something you would say. Escape is an imaginary luxury because you're integrated in me still. Do words that originated from me come out of your mouth, typed from your fingertips? Do you recognize you picked something up from me, like a disease? Because I hear you every time I speak words that you would, and I wish I wouldn't. It's just another reminder you're still here when you don't want to be, and I don't want to be stuck with you anymore. Okay, next one. I'm laying awake, thinking, wasn't I more attracted to boys a few years ago? What happened since then? I ask myself as if I don't know, as if I didn't believe that just one boy, just one rotten apple in the bunch, can make you disregard all the rest of them. For every apple must be rotten if the rotten apple is the one I experience. But apples can't scream, or lure me into a soft bed frame with promises of love and forever. No, apples don't humor me. Apples are bruised on the outside. You can tell when an apple isn't good. Boys aren't like that. Maybe I'm the apple. I'm better now, I think. I've gotten over it, but yet I still feel tense every time I see his face, hear his name, smell something that vaguely smells like he used to. Back when I was convinced he was safe, he'd wrap his arms around me and I thought I was the only one. Now there is no such thing as only one for me anymore. Do all boys yell when your friend touches you? Do all boys glare at you when you hug someone close to you other than him? All boys are angry. All boys yell. All circumstances I deserve. I know it's not true. Vaguely. At the back of my mind I know it's irrational. But nothing will fix me when I cower at a single raise of the vocal cords, when a boy's hand hits the table harder than I anticipated, when his hand goes to my cheek, but it's a joke and it's funny, it's just playing. I've lost too many months wondering how to make myself better so boys won't leave me, so other girls won't catch their attention. Along the way I realized what was the harm in other girls having their attention. I'm a lot less likely to be disregarded if I let him have a taste of another girl's cotton candy perfume. Parts of him are still a part of my acquired taste in men. I'm disgusted with myself. Then why not avoid men altogether? Everything goes back to him. There's always one similarity, always one hand on the clock, tick, tick, ticking, until the boy deceives me too. Maybe love just isn't for me. The universe doesn't have to give me everything I want. I can't think of a single way in which I'm deserving. It was so long ago, yet I'm still trapped in an iron cage, only slightly bigger than my body, which would be so much bigger if my body were smaller. His name is carved into every metal bar. I think that's the hardest one to read. Alright, here's the last one, and this is the most triggering one, so if you need to, feel free to close out of the video. If the blade is sharp and my wrist is efficient, if I cut deep enough, will my flaws escape my open wounds like blood? Will I lose all of those drops, watching them dribble down my legs, visibly watching all of the things inside me that I hate, leaving my body? All of the reasons why you couldn't stay, or they could flow out of my tears as long as they're gone and I can be loved. Just maybe. In my tears, I see all the ways I'm not worth anything. In every red, angry scar, I see a reason not to stay. I wouldn't expect anyone to stay, but why didn't you? So, I've written many more a poem, but those are the only ones I'm going to read today. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. That was insanely depressing. I write insanely depressing poems. I did warn you guys, so I hope you liked this video. I'll be back probably next week, but I can't promise anything. The coming weeks are going to be really busy for me, but I hope to have another video soon. Until then, bye friends.